Today, I got something awesome for you. So, up until this point, I've taught a lot of folks how to make flat jaw tongs. I hate them. They suck. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change all that, because today I'm going to show you how to modify your flat jaw tongs into something that's actually useful. This pair of tongs we made over the past weekend when we were teaching our tong making class. Now you can see they look at their a little catawampus, but that's okay. We're going to turn this to our advantage, because today we are going to turn these flat jaw tongs into box jaw tongs in the most simple, easy way possible. Now, here's the thing. As flat jaw tongs, you might be able to hang on to something, but it's going to fly left, right, up and down. They just really suck, right? However, if you can actually spread one of these jaws and wrap it to a particular size steel, suddenly they become an iron arm extension of yourself that holds the steel and does not let it go. I've always been fascinated by how they can go from something so relatively useless as flat jaws to something so incredibly useful as box jaws. So what we're going to do, and now get this, now this is cool, I've already done this. This pair here, I modified. You can see that they are box jaws. And this was a pair of tongs that we did in the previous class for making tongs 2-3 weeks ago. And they're sized very particularly. Guess what? They are sized for holding the jaw for making new tongs. Now, it's that type of one hand washing the other that makes these things so super handy, because you can make them to fit the things you're working on. Tools to make tools. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take a heat on this pair of tongs, and we're actually going to do this up here on this longer jaw. We're going to back it up and upset it just a little bit, and then we're simply going to spread it, put our piece of steel in there, and hammer this guy to fit. It's going to be frighteningly easy. Let's get to work. I want you to start off by taking a look at this regular pair of tongs here I did. You can see that for demonstration purpose, I'd left this a little short and then drawn it out into a tapered, and this one has been left thick. This would be a common example for just standard flat jaw tongs. Now, what we're going to do is this guy right here is about 3/4 of an inch wide. Again, that's the stock that we started with, 3/4 of an inch round. Usually will yield a width, even squared out, to be about 3/4 of an inch. The problem is when you're making these tongs and you're actually working the reins right here, the issue is, how in the hell do you hold on to this thing? Well, if you have a pair of flat jaws that you can actually grab this jaw here, you're going to be way money ahead. So that's what we're actually sizing this thing for, is to make more tongs. Okay? Now again, it's super freaking simple. It's way more simple than you'd expect it to be. I'm going to take the long side of my tongs right here. And again, these are already put together. I'm going to use the cross peen. And I'm going to spread that jaw. Just like that. I'm going to take one more heat just to spread just a little bit more, and then we're going to size it. Now, if you want to get super fancy, you can come in here and start squaring this up. You can come back and upset this as well. You can do all of that. It's not going to hurt anything. I just want you to understand that it's probably not even going to be necessary. But you can see we've got it spread here at the top. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is, you notice that that piece is now a good bit longer. Well, all I'm going to do is heat this jaw and draw it out into a little bit of taper till it matches that end down here. And that's going to be close enough for government work. Okay, so now we know that we're going to be looking to hold something that's 3/8 actually right there. We know that's what we're looking to hold. So what I can do is I'm going to take another heat. Now this is where it may get a little bit tricky for you, because trying to size it to this guy right here that's already put together, it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt because it's already together. I don't know if I have a separate piece hanging out there. I may or may not. But again, you size it just like we did the other tongs. You're going to put this piece in there, pop it in your vise, and clamp it together to get it to fit to the thickness. And then we're going to worry about the wings of the box jaw. Now, folks, let me stress that we are engaging in some extreme hinkiness. I couldn't find a piece readily available. I would prefer to have found something that was 3/8 by 3/4, but that's an odd size stock in this shop. So we are going to engage the hinky factor. Come on, you. Come on, baby. Work with me here. Oh, it's getting hinky. Oh, it's not getting good. Come on. Slip in. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go to the anvil, actually bump that taper down, and we have set these handles, and we have accomplished our goal. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did, and I'm grateful for it. Guys, again, I stress the proper way to have done this was actually have a piece of billet that fit exactly what we were doing, you know, something that was the exact right size. I don't have that. I got a video to make, and I ain't got time to stop on the power hammer and make it custom. But you can see what we've done here. We've grabbed this, and now I'm going to start rolling that edge. Now, folks, you ain't got to completely bring this all the way down. You want to get it, in fact, you'll end up with it being a little loose, and we'll work it out. But you can see we're almost there. So I'm going to take another heat. We'll pop this bad boy back in there. See, we got a little narrow right there, but that's okay. We'll work that out, and we'll continue to roll that piece over. Another technique that you can actually use is, instead of using the hot piece to hold the cold piece, reverse that. And you can see we've got it boxed. We got to reset our jaws a little bit. They've stretched just a tad bit. So I'll go back to the vise real quick and just reset that, and we shouldn't have a problem. So I'm just going to check things a little bit here. And look, we have a good fit. Now look, that's not sliding left to right, is it? So now our crappy flat jaw tongs have become really super awesome box jaws. So let's cool this off and let's take a look. Taking a close look at these guys, you can see that where we space it, we don't have a huge lip on these things. It's only a little, maybe 3/16 of an inch, and that's all you need. Now, you can draw this down a little bit more. It's not going to hurt anything, but you guys have got the concept. So now, when this is, when I'm actually making tongs, I can use this guy to grab the jaw, and it is locked in there pretty damn firmly. It's not moving left to right. It's not going anywhere. So that's what you want. You want tongs that are custom fit to whatever it is that you're working on. Couple of big things in this video. Now, here's the deal. There was a lot of hinkiness there. Why would I leave that in a video? Because that is going to be a situation you're going to run into as a smith. And I want you to understand that the only difference between the way that I do it in my shop and the way that you do it in yours is I know what not to do. I am a relatively well-educated smith, got a lot of experience. So, hey, here's this weird thing, and even the incredibly experienced smith is having a difficult time doing it, right? What would have been the better solution? The better solution would have been to have a piece of bar stock that was appropriately sized in a small, manageable, containable piece. And I guarantee you that all that kerfluffle that you saw going on wouldn't exist. Okay? So, guys, I want you to remember that when you're making these things, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a pretty steep learning curve for you fellas. But if you're fighting something, don't take it as that maybe you're just not skilled. You need to take it that maybe you're not doing the right thing, because even the skilled among us it's going to be a goat roping if you don't have the right pieces for the project. Now, you've heard me and other smiths say this over and over again. Hey, you need the right stuff. And it's unreal. It's like, it's like an army of toddlers saying, no, I'm not going to bed. Guys, when you're doing this work, 80% of it is knowing what not to do, right? I use these specifically to show you that, hey, I really need a piece that's the right size. But instead, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut myself a corner, and I'm just going to try to use these. What a cluster hump. So, number one, don't use crappy flat jaw tongs. Turn them into something useful. Two, and this reinforces that point, make sure and use the right stuff. When the experts, or what passes for an expert, tells you, listen, because no matter how good you are, how skilled you are, a goat humping still a goat humping. Nothing's going to change. We get to do things better, faster, and more effectively, partly because we've got more skill at it, but mostly because we know what not to do. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Go TrentonTie.com, buy a book. All that kind of good stuff. You guys be safe.